Yo, people, what's going on? Welcome back to Saeed TV, and we are live for the best of the rest show. Tuesday, you know the score, people, man. We like to rattle each other, we like to have a football debate, Tuesday settings, and we got a lot to discuss, man. Maybe this might be a Liverpool show, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of Liverpool talk to talk about, there's a lot of Chelsea talk to talk about as well, and a little bit on United as well. So we got lots to discuss here today. We got Monts there. You know what I'm saying? To fresh fade. What do you say, Monts? You good?
I'm not, I'm not too bad, man. I'm not too bad, obviously. Just waiting on the midfielder. And now, obviously, after conceding 4, the Bundesliga 2 side, probably a few more defenders. You know what I'm saying? But listen, nonetheless, listen, I'm good to be on the panel, man. Big up everyone else, man. Make sure you like, subscribe.
Come on, man. Come on. We got man like Igal stepping in for Premsy, large up to Premsy as always. But Igal, how are you, brother? You good?
I'm good, man. Just kicking it about to talk about Arsenal, man. I know what Carefree Lewis is here for.
What's he here for?
Well,
What's
I
he here
get
for?
straight floor. What do I even do?
My man's here just to make jokes about Kai Havertz. It's cool though.
I mean, we can get into it. I don't mind, but I wasn't
Or
even going to
Mason
start.
Mount. Or Mason Mount. It's
I know,
Tuesday.
your
You
guy
know,
won the mid off. Your guy won the mid off, so fair play to Mount. Fair play.
Oh, okay. So I'm let off then. Yeah. Okay. Say no
Yeah,
more.
you're
Say no more. But Lewis, how are you, man? Everything all blessed, man.
all good, all good. Brighton are pissing me off by the day, but everything else is fine. We're about to get 50 million for Gallagher, and we're losing the entire Bermuda Triangle in one window. Love to see it. Just please sort out the midfield. Well, whenever you guys can get the chance to. But yeah, big up to panel, big up to chat, hit the like button. Love.
Yeah, man. Big up to Sean coming in for Patrick. Sean the rock star. You like to be a bit of guitar? What's your favorite tune, man?
Bon Jovi, that kind of stuff, mate. Old school madness.
Oh man,
You know,
nah,
yeah,
I love to
a
see it,
little
man.
bit sad, but it's my jam. How you guys doing? Everyone happy?
Yeah,
All good,
nah,
all
everyone's
good.
everyone's all good, man. I can't lie to you. It's all blessed in the dunya. Make sure you like the video, people, right now. Subscribe to everybody's channels. But we're gonna talk straight to the breaking news of the day. Not been much happening, recently, but we had some breaking news within the last hour, and that is Southampton have turned down the opening offer for Liverpool, sorry, for Romeo Lavia. LFC proposal thought to be worth around 37 million, rejected by Southampton as they seek it region of 50 million fee. Personal terms for 19-year-old midfielder, not an issue. Mons, chat to me. Are you kind of like, bro, like he's not worth 50 million, or are you kind of like we should have paid that amount and just get it over and done with? Like, if we're gonna buy a player, get it over and done with. Why are we haggling? You know?
If I'm honest, I feel like at this point in the transfer window, just pay the money in it. Like, do I think he's worth 50 million? No, to answer your question. I think he's worth about 40, around the region of 40 million, maybe with a few add-ons. So few and far between, but 50 million, I think we're overstepping the mark. And I think Southampton know that as well. However, we have to take into consideration the ceiling and what could come with years of experience, especially if he does end up playing at the top level. So if this was earlier on in the window, probably around the time we signed, maybe suppose that's like 3.5-4 weeks ago, then of course I'll say, you know what, we can take the long way, we can take the long route. But it's two weeks in the season starting. 2 weeks, and Man City will be playing.
Yep.
Is it Burnley? They play opening day.
Early, yeah.
But yeah, do you know what I'm saying? So with the season around the corner and probably like 2 or 3 more preseason games to go, I'd rather Lavia come in and get a preseason and get used to the system as quickly as possible. I don't really want someone who's 19 to come in and have no preseason with the club. It just doesn't really make any sense to me. It's all about preparation, especially when Liverpool are kind of going through this whole transitional phase where we're changing not just personnel, but this whole box midfield thing is going on, the whole inverted right back. With a tactical change, I feel like he just needs to be there, innit? So right now, I feel like, when you put in an opening bid and it gets rejected, you're going to go through the whole, we're going to put in another bid, probably get rejected. Someone else might put in another bid, smoke screen, and then we actually get the bid that gets accepted and it happens. But I'm not really here for the 2-week wait. I'd rather we just get it done at this point.
You know what's mad though, Mons? And big up to Nicole. She says here, they got to give 40% fee to City. See, I didn't know that, and
Wow, that's a lot.
the low. You know how much that is then? By looking at my maths, that
Isn't it less than 40%? Because I'm pretty sure it's about 9 million or 10 million that City get. So it's about 10%.
is it? So it's not 40%. It's not
It's definitely
40%
not
then.
40%.
Okay.
Because
All right, but that's why
then
to
again,
me, though, still they want a high fee. They want a high fee because City are taking a percentage that they feel like, you know what, I mean, right now we've given them the platform for him to succeed. A club though should be allowed that a bit of money. You know what I mean? But again, the market is messed up, guys, man. Whether we like it or not, Romeo Lavia for me, I don't think he's matured yet to be a top player to go into Liverpool's team right now, but this is the market, though. If you want a midfielder, especially a DM right now, even a DM kind of prices right now are too much, man. For a DM, like DMs used to be like 25 million max, 30 million max.
But that's the Declan Rice thing, mate. I swear to God, Declan Rice moving to Arsenal.
Enzo Fernandez, bro. Enzo Fernandez started this.
But West Ham are struggling to find a replacement, right? West Ham are getting outpriced for everyone. Like, it starts this domino effect. No one wants to miss out on the West Ham money because whoever's going to pay, whoever they're going to end up paying more for to get one of their two midfielders in that they need, that club's then going to have money that's going to need to spend on their replacement. It starts this domino effect. The same thing happened with Gareth Bale back for Tottenham years and years ago. Right, until that initial trigger starts to happen, you're going to see there's 9 or 10 defensive midfielders out there in European football that should be, in my opinion, available for less money than what Lavia is going to cost, that are as good, if not better.
Can you name? Who would you name? Like, I know I get it, but then it's like, who's out there though? Like
Zubamendi from Sociedad is a class player. Ibrahim Sangare from PSV Eindhoven is a class player. I like Locatelli from Juventus.
Still, again, but this is last summer.
Onana from Everton.
2-3 windows ago, I need more. Give me more reason. Give me more courage.
He's there. He's an option. Tottenham are interested.
Ruiz from PSG. There's so many midfielders out there that won't cost 50 million quid.
Ruiz, a bit more of an 8.
He could play in the
Alvarez. Scouts don't do their job.
I like it, Alvarez, to be fair. I do like it.
The reality is scouts don't do their job no more. Football recruitment and transfers, it's so simple to the point where if you get a scout that actually goes and finds a Martinelli or finds some of these random guys, it doesn't happen that often anymore. The big clubs, they all their players are pretty much well-known names, commodities that everyone is already interested in and everyone else has already scouted. How many times do you see Manchester United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea all going for similar players? It's not a coincidence.
Yeah, everybody was itching to get Nicholas Jackson. And
you know what? That's a good piece of scouting right there. Okay, and Gabriel.
I can't lie, Lewis, you've named literally 2 out of the 85 signings that you might go for though.
No, we're talking about the new regime. We can't bring the Roman era into this. It's a new Chelsea.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure the same thing. They said the same thing about Kennedy when they signed him years ago. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
Yeah.
We had Eden Hazard on the left. You think I was thinking about Kennedy, bro? No shots.
Yeah, but I didn't make the argument that James Ward-Prowse is better value for money than Lavia. If you can get James Ward-Prowse in, he scored 11 goals. He scored 11 goals from the 6 last year.
No.
You know what though? Let me ask the question. For now, you know what it is though with Ward-Prowse here? He's a good player, but I don't think he has what Lavia has in terms of ability. You know what I mean? I don't know. He's a good player. But ability-wise, Lavia for me is clear of James Ward-Prowse. Do you get in that aspect? But James Ward-Prowse for me he's a consistent performer. He does what he says on the tin. Like James Ward-Prowse, he'll give you 100%, but just doesn't have, apart from free kicks and long-range passing, I don't think Ward-Prowse has that excellent quality.
Ward-Prowse, everyone thinks about James Ward-Prowse like he's some free kick merchant, and that's the way he gets all his goals. No, he only got 3 goals from free kicks last year. Right, but he got 11 goals, I'm pretty sure, in the Premier League playing in the 6th. Name me another 6 that got as many outfield goals as James. I think he only got 1 penalty as well.
Sean,
he's an underrated player in my opinion.
Where would he fit in certain teams' midfields?
But he's not a DM.
Yeah,
he can play in any. He plays in 3 different positions for Southampton.
Lavia was the DM.
He played in the 6 for 30-40% of the minutes he played last year.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm pretty sure he played in the pivot, but
it doesn't make sense for Liverpool to go for him. It doesn't really make sense for Chelsea to go for him, Manchester United to go for him, Arsenal to go for him. But Tottenham, I really do think you guys should sign him.
Listen, I'm just with the Lavia thing in it. Like, I personally prefer my DMs to be experienced. Again, preferably bald. So that man is, bald, lanky, and experienced. Like, pause. But like,
Amrabat's not really going towards you guys. It's leaning towards Man United.
That's what I was always. We'll get to that one, but obviously I'm probably a bit later on. Huh?
Champions League football.
Probably, but then again, Szoboszlai came to us from that he had Champions League football and came to play Europa League. So it's not always the case. I just feel like Lavia,
maybe you might not need one. Maybe you might not need one. Maybe
experienced. I think it's fine. It's fine when you've got an experienced midfielder as a whole. But if you have a DM, I think that's the position that has to be the most experienced. Do you know what I'm saying? I think.
What about keep your only DM that you've got in Fabinho? Because there's a bit of worrying news coming out today that Fabinho's transfer to Al Ittihad is in jeopardy. Talks ongoing and all parties committed to the deal, but there's a delay and 29-year-old resume LFC training on Wednesday unless breakthrough made beforehand. Although absolutely nothing to do with dogs. Yeah, that was a bit of a wild one where people were kind of saying that, the dogs and whatnot. It's nothing to do with it. Obviously, they've just not made a deal. I don't know what's going on. Maybe you don't buy anyone, and the next thing you know, you end up with Fabinho, man. Fabinho, remontada, man. What are you saying?
Relax. You already know what happens.
Remontada.
No, but you already know what happened. By the way, Fabinho was in the midfield that put 7 past you. Remember that one? Just saying, yeah. Now, all I'm gonna say with Lavia,
yeah, you didn't have to do that one, but yeah.
That was a low one. That was low.
That was a low one. No context to what we're talking about, but yeah, go on.
When the bid goes in for a player, you already know how it goes. Another bid, smoke screen, official bid gets accepted. So I reckon we probably do go and get Lavia. No one's also mentioning how Arsenal really wanted him as well. How that's not going through. You're gonna still stay Champions League with that one, by the way, there you go.
Yeah.
Right. So we're gonna like. So again,
You're making it seem like Partey left. 1 second. You're making it seem like we don't have Declan Rice and Partey in our team.
Oh no, but no. Again, you was heavily interested in Lavia. Front run, one of the front runners before we were. So we weren't talking about Champions League and Europa League then. I just don't want that to move from Amrabat to United now. That's just the logic. It's just the logic.
Bro, you know what? When you already have 2 Ferraris at home, you don't need a third one.
Ferrari? So now Partey's a Ferrari, but apparently when the second Partey was ready to leave, you was happy for him.
Bro,
to leave.
I'm just gonna tell you,
the problems off the pitch, the injury issues. Now he's back to being the best team.
Stop for a second. I love the shamelessness, but you'd rather have both of my DMs than anyone you could sign right now.
That's again, and I would. But it's funny how you can't call Partey this amazing footballer and gas him this much and have him in.
No, but conversation's done then.
I'll let you finish.
You buried yourself.
I'll let you finish. You put him in conversations with Rodri and Casemiro, and then the second Declan Rice puts on an Arsenal shirt, Partey's forgotten about.
Guess what?
He's injury prone. There's problems off the pitch. If we can get the Rice price, hold on. I'll let you finish. Let me land. Thank you. So again, he was the forgotten guy with the links away. Now that he's ready to stay again, the depth in DM is amazing. Declan Rice apparently isn't even the best DM in your team anymore. Just which one is it?
You want to know something?
You know what? When you Declan Rice isn't a Ferrari yet, by the way. Maybe he's.
I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know, man.
2 guys that are in the top in their position already. So like, I'm not worried about DM. If Lavia came in, he would have been a replacement for Partey, and that would have been a downgrade. That's a fact.
Yeah, but again, we've taken the point away from the point. You made a comment about obviously Europa League and Champions League, and I'm just saying you were interested in Lavia as much as we were, and obviously now your interest has cooled down. Obviously, your interest has cooled down now, and it's looking like we're pushing for the move. But you're in Champions League and I'm in Europa League, right?
I know you're not. I know you don't get many transfers, but this is not the transfer you brag about.
Oh, we don't get many transfers. Okay,
it's true though.
Based on what case study?
Bro, how many signings have you guys made in the last 5 years, bro? What are you chatting about?
We made plenty of signings.
Not compared to the rest of the Premier League teams. Maybe you didn't need as many, but there's a reason why you're in the situation you're in right now. Because you don't usually make too many good signings.
We don't.
Not too many good signings. You don't make too many signings. That's what I'm saying.
Cool, I hear you. We don't sign enough midfielders. Defenders and attackers, different story. But overall, I think we make a decent amount of signings. I have my issues with my board. You guys are spending at the moment. I hear it. But at the end of the day, let's not do all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, you started this.
Nah.
You started some nonsensical argument.
I'm just saying, you made a comment about Europa League and Champions League, and I said, well, you was interested in Lavia the same way we were.
My point is two different things. 1 second. The thing about Amrabat is if he has a choice, he's going to probably go to the team that has Champions League football. Lavia right now doesn't have choices. The situation with Lavia is Arsenal don't really want to pay the money that he's going for. And also, we'd only pay that money if Partey leaves. You, in the other fact, are the only team that are seriously in for him. Chelsea are looking at him as an option after Caicedo. So really and truly, it's between he doesn't make a move. 1 second. It's the choice between he doesn't make a move away from Southampton and he plays in the Championship, or he joins Liverpool. It's a no-brainer.
All right. Again, if you want it to be that way, it can be that way. Again, you was tier 1. You was mentioned in the same tweet as us before these bids were going through. Your team was mentioned in the same tweet. Chelsea and Manchester United were mentioned as light interest. If you were in that category of light interest, this wouldn't be a conversation. But when a tier 1 source has you and Liverpool next to each other in terms of interest in Lavia, please don't look like it's just a solo race.
When I have Declan Rice and Partey, missing out on Lavia is not a flex, bro.
I'm not. No one's calling it a flex. No, who's calling it a flex?
But this is what you're trying to do. You're trying to flex. It's like a little kid coming up to a superstar. What's going on?
So you're a superstar.
Wow.
No, I'm talking about
man.
Come on,
it's
bro.
Getting wild out here, man.
I don't know.
It's getting wild out here.
Either way, you could talk about signings and you can talk about what you've done. You guys are making the right signings, in my opinion. But let's just all act like you guys were just as interested as us, because you were. And that's my only point. And regardless, and you're saying Amrabat would prefer a Champions League move. Yes, a lot of players would prefer a Champions League move. But Amrabat also plays the same position as Casemiro. So is he going to United to be a rotational player? Or does he want to play?
Sometimes he's going to play.
Sometimes Europa League isn't always the be-all end-all. And sometimes a player is happy to play more minutes as opposed to being a rotational player. I think at Man United, because Casemiro's there, I don't think he's a shoe-in. I don't think he's 100% starting for United.
I agree.
Bro, let's be honest.
I agree with
you. Right now, Amrabat has a choice to play at Manchester United or Liverpool. He's picking Manchester United. No question about it.
Yeah. I'm just going to get probably super chats here. By the way, 1.4K in the building. Make sure you hit the like button, man.
Hit the likes.
The like button. Yeah, man. Hit the like button, people, man. Zayn Biassi saying here, why don't Spurs mortgage their stadium so they can sign Mbappe? Zayn Biassi saying here, Arsenal, our favourite city weekend. Partey and Rice will storm the league. Side Wednesday parade for beating us in a friendly and your Catacomb Cup. Listen, man. Zayn Biassi, man. Again, like I said, man, you can have all the classes you want, man. But they're doing it again, exactly. But Zayn Biassi, of all people, I'm not surprised. Big up Big Ben.
Yeah, big up Zayn and everything, but
yeah. Hold tight, Zayn, man. Hold tight, Zayn. Big Ben says, I'm sad I'm missing a midday show on the Mbappe talk. The English bias on different leagues and player are scary. Me and Sava would be arguing. Listen, Sava, I tried, innit? But listen, Sava's got his own opinion. I big up to Sava all the time, man. You know what I'm saying to you? But you know what? Just roughly, though, like, you know, Mons, you need to get this sorted because, like I said, you know what I mean? You need a DM badly. Would you want Fabinho to stay though, or are you still kind of like we need to move him on? Like, or are you kind of happy if Fabinho came and Lavia came? I don't think that would be bad for you because then you can rotate Fabinho so he's not playing every single week. You know what I mean? Because that's where the issues were.
But bro, like we've all seen Fabinho's passport. Donny's 39 now, Gene. Like Saudi Arabia guys,
no wonder they wanted him back. They seen his passport. They were like, "Yo, brother, go back home." Go back home. We don't not here.
Bro, I saw 40 mil. When I saw Fabinho for 40 mil, I said, take him. Take him. That's what we got him for. 100% recoup after you won everything. Take him. But you know what? I hear the whole rotate him, you know, and then Lavia can play sparingly. Me, I'd rather just get someone who can do the job better than him. That again, like what Sean said, there's guys out there. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't always have to be the guy who's the most in demand, who's going to cost 100 million. Obviously, unfortunately, there is an inflation in the market and people like Paulina should be nowhere near worth 80, 90 million. But that's just where we are at the moment, unfortunately. Would I let Fabinho stay? Yeah. on if we bring in another midfielder who I feel like can rival him, and that could be Lavia. But I just think Lavia probably suits more of a ball-playing team. He can still make tackles. He's still gonna look good on the recovery. But I want more of a destroyer. But that's me though. What I want and what Klopp wants sometimes be two different things.
Mods, would you, if you were in charge of the purse strings, would you, if Fulham were to accept 65 for Palhinha, knowing he's got his shoulder, is it shoulder surgery he's got to have? He's out for 3 months or something, right?
I didn't actually know that.
What?
Am I wrong about that?
From?
I didn't.
Let me check because I don't know. I didn't see about that.
Is he
I'm
injured
sure
now?
someone was telling me Palhinha. Yeah, I'm sure someone. I'm sure. Maybe I could be making. Maybe I'm having a daydream, but I'm sure someone said that Palhinha's got to have shoulder surgery.
Okay.
If I'm wrong about it, then normally would you? My question was either way: would you spend 65, 70 on a guy that has only he bossed it last year? What is the right price?
If I'm getting 40 for Fabinho, then I'm spending 25 M's, excess of 25. Yes. 100. Oh, in fact, hold on. If Henderson for 13 as well. So is it 25 or is it 12 M's I'm spending?
What about the age? Because age profile is a thing that Liverpool do.
Yes, I said I like my DMs experienced.
It is true.
Preferably bald. So you know when Palhinha shaves off his hair, he's going to get a stat boost. Trust me.
Yes. So Palhinha is out. I think he is out from. I think he shoulder injury and he's got to have surgery. So would you pay the 56, 60, whatever it is million, knowing that you're not going to have him until maybe January?
I didn't even know about the surgery, to be fair. That obviously would probably change things if he's actually having surgery and he's going to be injured for the next, 6 months or not playing for 6 months. That's different. That changes a lot of things. But I thought he was fit. That's the first I've heard of it, to be fair. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like right now, Liverpool definitely, 100% need to reinforce that sixth position if Fabinho is leaving. And Fabinho, for me, isn't enough to play that. He's no longer good enough to occupy that position to the level that we need to get back to. It's as simple as that. They might not want to hear it, but that's the real. You know what I'm saying? People are telling me, "Oh, it's just a bad season." Oh, it was just no. He was horrific, without a doubt, the worst player for me. Even Henderson was better than Fabinho at times. Like Fabinho, I'm sorry, like it's not even his fault. For me, he's been running to the ground. Klopp's treating him like an android, like he's a robot. But that's just what it is. That's just what we're in the situation now. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, that's all I kind of got to say on the issue. Like right now, I'm happy. I'll be happy with Lavia though, because let's not act like Lavia is not a quality player. He's a very good ability-wise. He is a very good player, and his ceiling is very high. So let's not. Yeah, I don't want people downplaying the whole. I'm not saying you man are, but I don't want people to downplay the Lavia thing. You know what I'm saying?
No, he's a great player. No. He's a great player, but it's the inflation in the market because of mainly Saudi Arabia. But I do think that the domino effect of West Ham not spending their money replacing their midfielders, I think that's another little kind of variable that's getting overlooked a little bit. There's so many midfielders that are going to be changing hands, but it's going to go late into the window. I think it's going to be like a Mexican standoff right now.
That's my issue. This late into, well, I'm not saying we're mad late into the window, but I'm saying at this point
we're halfway through.
Yeah, but at this point, just pay the money.
We're halfway through.
Liverpool.
I feel like desperation is going to get even worse. The desperation is going to get even worse for me.
100%.
You know what, guys?
And
Liverpool left the issue so late that they're no longer in the title picture for me. These guys are fully in transition.
We signed 2 8s, and we need a 6, which we're trying to do now.
I don't think a 6 is enough. Like, you're losing a lot of experience in the midfield. I feel like your whole team is going to be changed with the fact that you're going to have all 3 of these guys playing the midfield that are going to be brand new. If you're going to have Lavia, you're going to have.
Wait, you're going to get a right back as well, right?
You don't think Lavia is going to start?
We played Chelsea at the Bridge opening day on the Sunday. We're not playing all 3 of our new midfielders straight away in the midfield 3. It's not happening.
Hey, I think it's going to be a transition season similar to last season where you guys figured out your attack at the end. Your midfield is going to get figured out. They're going to figure themselves out halfway through the season.
I don't even think.
But if you guys think Liverpool are going to be in a challenge this season, they're going to be fighting to get back.
I think that's the challenge. We need a centre. Yeah. We need another centre back / a right back, and we need that. And we need that 6th position needs to be reinforced. And then that's when we can start talking. Now I have Liverpool in just maybe top 4. That's where I'm having Liverpool at the moment. Personally, I still think head to head, you struggle against us, home and away. I think that for a lot of teams. Do you know what I'm saying? I also think that not everyone is going to be like that's my opinion. Do you know what I'm saying? Listen,
everything.
The rest of it,
always been that top 6 teams. It doesn't matter how good you are. You guys always do have a difficult time against each other. Even Liverpool in the pump, they would obviously not Arsenal when we're bad, but against other teams you struggle against them, like Manchester United, other teams. You see situations where you struggle against them.
Yeah,
who's your right back choice?
Me.
Yes, sorry, guys. Just your last question. Who's your right back of choice if you're going to replace Trent and bring in midfield? Is it Pavard you're going to look at?
No. We haven't actually haven't really seen many right back links. Me, if I was to go, okay, I want Kyle Walker-Peters. I know it's crazy. That's someone who I would go for.
Really?
Kyle Walker-Peters, because I feel like he's good enough to slot in. I feel like he's good enough to slot in, and then obviously Trent can drop into the right back if he needs to. Obviously, I'm not going to entertain the Kimmich news. That's just unrealistic.
No, he's staying. You know what he said?
Yeah,
he just said it. I'm staying
he's
next season.
He's on 350 mil. You think Liverpool are paying man 350 to talk through the door?
That is release clause. Release clause, you mean?
Huh?
Yeah, release clause, isn't it? Yeah. Okay.
No, I'm saying no. How much the salary? That's the salary he's on at Bayern Munich. 350 M's.
Nah, he ain't 350 million.
350,
nah.
Sorry, 350,000.
I was gonna say, man.
Sorry.
What you on there? Yeah, but that's Mbappe right now. You know what I mean? Like, he's probably more than that. That's half of Mbappe's money. You know what I mean?
Like, we ain't paying him that.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Zamiasi say there rants. Jesus, Saka, Martelli levels above United attack. If Rashford doesn't score, you won't make top 6. You know what I mean? He said these shots, rants, man. Swag says Brighton should sign Lavia as replacement for Caicedo. And yeah, big up rants, man. Not even 300 likes. There's 1.5k in here now. So make sure you keep hitting the like button, people. Sean Bay says LFC will have a better season than AFC Arteta. Out coming soon. You know what? Yeah,
we'll be there.
I've got this theory. Yeah, and I don't know about you guys here, but I've got this theory that Arsenal won't start as quickly as what 100%. People will think they are, and they'll struggle at the start of the season. That's my theory. That's my early theory for the start.
I share it.
I want to see how quickly it takes for the fan base to panic.
But you want
exactly. We're gonna see.
It's funny.
Arsenal will struggle at the start of the season.
My hot take is that Kai Havertz makes or breaks Arteta's career at Arsenal.
That's not a hot take.
Wow.
Hey, if he breaks it, I might look nicer on him.
Listen,
my hot take last night.
Go on.
I was out of my mind a little bit, I think, on pain meds for the flu stuff I got on. But I had a bet with someone that Tottenham are going to outscore Arsenal next season, and I was offered £100, 3-1 odds, and I think he's in the chat actually. Arsenal always or something, and I said I'll take it, bro. I'll take it.
That's
3-1, man. You can't get better price than that.
With Hurricane or without Hurricane?
But listen, guys, don't act like the start of the season is what makes or breaks you. Man City and everyone else has shown it's the end of the season that what's.
You ain't Man City, though.
And we still never seen that from our. We still never seen that from our Arteta side. We've never seen you
guys
do that.
That might not be. No, you're right. We haven't seen us do it in the end, so maybe we'll.
But also, Igaldo, you're not Man City though. That's the thing though. Man City are just a machine.
We're the closest team to Man City right now.
Stylistically,
yeah, but obviously, by the season last season. Every season changes. 16
losses in 17 games.
All you can do is try your best to get to them and overtake them. It's not a thing. Even Liverpool, the year that Liverpool. Let's not act like the year that.
Oh, God, you kill me, man.
Let's not act like the year that
was so Arsenal, man.
He said all we can do is try, man.
Just try.
One second, you guys are hilarious. One way, you don't say we're in that bracket, you're going to troll us. And when we do say we're in that bracket, you're still going to troll us. So either way, we can't win. But the reality is, we're the closest thing to them last season. Going into this season, we're still expected to be in and amongst the people challenging for the league. So, hey, I'm gonna take it head on. I'm ready for this season.
No. Listen, I think everyone, Arsenal fans should be excited. You know what I mean? You've got a new, fresh faces in the squad, but I just feel like Arsenal will have a slow start. Doesn't mean you'll have a bad season, but you'll have a slow start. I just think the end of last season, you know what I mean? The mentality as well, heads dropping, you know what I mean? That was a big season that you put in there.
It was just because you said try. That was all.
Yeah, try.
With a 5-point gap between Man City and you lot spending the amount you've done in the summer, I expect you guys to fill up that 5 points.
Remember, Arteta's got a plan, and they got 2 of the best DMs in the world in one team. And
if not, then I need to ask questions.
So I need results. I need results to go. Yeah, I need results. So
don't worry, it's coming.
We need something.
Big up.
For the sake of Arsenal, Let's see. I was going to say I hope, but I don't. But
did you say something about Kai Havertz scoring more goals than how many midfielders? Was that a thing?
No, I just
said all of our attackers or something.
No, I didn't say all. I said watch out. He might outscore some of your players.
He might. Or he will.
I said might. Go rewatch the video. I didn't change any words. Go rewatch the video.
You know what that means? 4 of them could outscore him. 1 of them won't, and you'll use that one.
Bro,
oh, he outscored Angelo Gabriel or something, or Broja.
Yeah, Broja. Like that. Carl Woodley. He says, "I am early. I have seen." What are you laughing at?
Sorry. I was trying to keep a straight face. I couldn't.
Yeah. I'm early. I've seen enough too early predictions, but gotta have balls. First, Manchester City. 2, Manchester United. 3, Liverpool. 4, Chelsea. 5th, Newcastle. 6, Arsenal. Midfielder, no chemistry. Damn, man.
That.
From
that.
second to that. That's crazy, man. That's crazy, man. Hope Arsenal finished 10th. Again, needs to be humbled. Well, that's where Carl's saying, man. You know, Arsenal will be humbled, man. But we want to move on. We want to move on to Chelsea.
Can I get one more question? One more question.
Go on.
So the point was made that like we have a new midfield and whatever, and playing the new system might be a bit weird and whatnot.
Yeah.
If Kai Havertz is a star because he costs so much money and Rice cost 100 mil, isn't that 2 out of the 3 midfielders being new and they having to learn the system as well?
No, but we still have Thomas Partey, who's an elite midfielder. You don't.
Okay. That's fine. No, that's fine. I won't say it anymore.
Yeah. Okay. No. I like that question. You know what, man? We've got to move over to Chelsea. Carefree Lewis, man, what's going on? What's your fan base saying? Are you threatening Brighton fans online? I've seen some Chelsea fans saying, free him and whatnot. And what's going on, man? What's the latest on Chelsea? You know what I mean? What is the latest on Chelsea? I love how fans say free him when really you haven't paid the amount of money that he's kind of worth in a sense.
What happened was
the club value.
I think Brighton and Caicedo had a verbal agreement, but the problem is you had a verbal agreement and you didn't put it in writing, and now Brighton wants a lot more than they originally agreed on. Is what it is with Chelsea at this front. If you don't go for Caicedo, just make sure you have other replacements in, but I have no reason to believe they'd be naive enough to just only look at Caicedo and nobody else. But who knows? We might get him. We might get somebody else. With the new recruits I've seen, I have a lot of faith in who they have as their second or third option. So I'm not really too worried about it. Just get a midfielder in by the Liverpool game. That's like the only thing that I would specifically ask for.
No pre-season?
Make sure they're probably in pre-season with their club now, so they'll be match sharp. That would be enough for me personally. We just need to fill that position with somebody with a bit of experience, because that's the only position where I'm a little bit concerned about. Obviously, goalkeeper is goalkeeper. Maybe we look at that after the midfield situation sorted. But for now, right now, we need an 8 and a 10. We're about to agree personal terms with Kudus. Personal terms already agreed with Elise and with Cherki. I think we're going to end up going for Kudus just because that one makes the most sense. I feel like Elise's got Man City and they've got the right wing option open. If you're going to pick Man City or Chelsea, of course you're going to go to Man City. Makes a lot of sense. They literally just lost Mahrez. Go for it. But I feel like Kudus would come in, maybe an 8 as well. And yeah, let's hope we get a goalkeeper afterwards.
How many signings are you man making? What do you mean the old and new ratio? It's the same thing.
It's a weird club, man.
But man have changed. They're a new team. It's all the same. It's insane.
I actually don't know what their 11 is. I actually don't know who they bought. I forgot who they bought. Like, I genuinely don't know how the players. Yeah, it's so unrecognizable. The great Chelsea is so unrecognizable. What happened to that great club, man?
We finished 12th. I'm glad it's unrecognizable. I'm so happy you've said that. Thank you.
That's a good one.
Thank you. We had like 3 wins in the whole of this year. Like,
I tried to go somewhere and I flopped heavily there.
We had 2 consecutive 007 days as a club.
But do you think it's good for you? This is a. You know what though? Too much change though. Is it good, guys? Like I don't remember Tottenham a couple of years ago. And be honest, like it's change. It's a lot of change too much. Like, was it a case of players were performing? Maybe Pochettino could get the best out of them. Like, I don't know.
Look at Nottingham Forest. Look at Nottingham Forest season last year. How many players did they brought in? What, 16 players? They had like an entirely new dressing room, and it took them
the whole season,
60-70% of the season to kick into gear. Chelsea went through the same process last year, never got going. They're going through the same process again. Like fans generally always get accused when we simplify the process of transfers on shows like this. You see people saying this ain't Football Manager, this ain't FIFA. With Chelsea, it comes across like Bowley is playing FIFA or like he's playing Football Manager, where it's a revolving door policy. At some point, you have to allow the dust to settle and see where you're at. And Chelsea just aren't giving any of these players. It's so much change going on. A little bit of change is good. Change is necessary. But all the time, a constant process of flipping over the next stone and seeing what's underneath it.
But we say all the time, like the new ownership's only been here for a season.
Yeah,
but didn't they
too short to judge.
3 windows, right? 3 windows of insane amounts of volatility.
But a clear out that has been overdue for years because of years of poor windows. So it's a rush, but it's a necessary rush.
Didn't they just sack somebody though? Like the other day, like
Christopher Vivell walked, but it's like you barely did anything anyway, and you were here for 6 months, so I don't care. It's not that deep.
But wasn't he the? So who's in charge now?
No, we got Bowley and Igbali, who are the main owners, and Paul Winstanley, who's been doing most of the outgoings, and Joe Shields. They've been the ones that have been in charge of most of the transfers. That's why Vivell leaving don't make too much of a difference with us.
Yeah. Smokey set his big up, my guy. He says, Lewis, first game of the season, attack that side, Mo Salah and Trent, and stretch out Konate. Watch Liverpool's preseason game. And
if you press, they're done. Good thing Poch is making us press. Maybe there will be some.
I agree with that, in terms of Konate always seemed to be doing a lot on that side. And that's why for me, they've got to figure it out on that right-hand side next season, especially with Trent. If he is going to play that inverted role, Konate is going to get dragged.
I just want to see some goals, really.
You know what? This is my take. Chelsea's going to have a good start to the season. But it's going to hit them like 7 games in, because they have a very young team. They're going to start off very well against some of the lower sides, and then when they face all the bigger boys, I think it's like the second month of the season when they start playing the big boys, and then they play them
around October, November.
And then you play them consecutively for like 7 games. That's where their dip is going to come from. So they're going to start off well, and then eventually when they face the bigger teams that are more organized,
but we would be more fitter than them because we'd have more days rest. All those teams will be in European competition, except Tottenham.
The lack of quality is going to show against the bigger teams.
I wouldn't worry about Tottenham.
I think that's all very speculative right now.
Tottenham aren't going to be a worthwhile conversation this year. Like I think I'll take us finishing, like if we finish 7th, it's a good year right now. We're going through our own weird transition. And by the way, I'm not hating on, like I said to you guys the other day when I was on, I respect the hustle that Todd Bowley and his team are doing. Like I wish Tottenham could get around to getting through the churn of the players that we don't need. I respect it. I just wonder and worry for your team around the ability to build chemistry, the ability to build relationship in the dressing room. It's a team game at the end of the day. You need to know each other, you need to understand each other, have those kind of relationships that grow. And when you have so much, lack of continuity in who you're sitting next to every day on the training ground or whatever, I think that is an issue. Personally, I disagree with it. I think it would be the other way around. I think that they'll struggle to start, and then once that the window's closed and they have who they have.
I'm low-key worried Liverpool give us a little bit of a kick up the arse initially. And then
I think you might, if you're going to struggle, I think you'll actually do well this season. But if you're going to struggle, I think you're going to struggle earlier than later. I think you'll settle in and everything.
But here's the thing: like the last 2 games, I've seen better chemistry between players than the entirety of last season. Literally, just off the new players alone, they already look smarter. They look fitter. They already make better decision making. Like we were fucking awful. Like I don't have the words to describe how bad we were last season. We are already better. We just need to sort out a few little areas in our squad, and then, I'd be very, very confident in my team. It's just midfield and goal for me.
And I'll talk about midfielders. Conor Gallagher. Chelsea have rejected a first bid for Conor Gallagher around 40 million with add-ons. After discussing it internally and also with Mauricio Pochettino, Chelsea decided to reject. West Ham remain interested, but Chelsea want at least 50 million British pounds for Conor Gallagher.
They got 100 million for Rice. You got money, and that's equal for 50. And by the way, Everton offered 45 in January, and also Spurs are interested and will probably look for him once they sort out their defense. There's a little bidding war.
I don't think Tottenham are going to go for Conor Gallagher personally, but really? I think Chelsea have got a wonderful track record of getting that blood from a stone. I don't know what the answer is. Lewis, I think I heard you saying it once on a podcast. Is it because there's this notion that Chelsea never gets the best out of players, and that plays into your benefit? That it's not the player that's lost value.
The next De Bruyne, the next Salah.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
It's Mountain.
So what you're trying to say is they have so much talent, so people look at it and seem as if like just because it's not worked there, it can work elsewhere. Is that what you're trying to say?
What they're seeing, the team finished 12th. Like, where's the talent?
This is a bit of a
the fact that you got 75 for Kai Havertz, the fact that you got, was it 60 for Mount? Like, there must be a notion that is going around. Either Todd Boehly and his team are the greatest negotiators in world football to get that money, or there has to be an underlying ideology that the players that struggle at Chelsea are not bad players. They just don't fit the Chelsea system. So, and that Chelsea's owners can lean into that kind of narrative and say, honestly, if that's true, then you don't mind paying 60 million because you still got a great player.
That's the only thing that makes sense, because I've spent the last 2 months trying to figure out how we got that much money. So like that actually makes a lot of sense.
And age is also on the side. Let's not lie. If people feel like they can turn a young player around.
Yeah,
I guess. I look at it but I mean, like Cho, we got 4 million from Fulham for. So I guess all subjective.
That's crazy, man. And obviously, they put them on 1,000 loans as well. You know what I mean? And put them out there and see what they're doing. And you know what it is for me, though? They've got this strategy now. And obviously, they're buying all these players like these Brazilian wonder kids now. And you don't know, this might be a strategy to kind of bring them in and then sell them on in about a year or two to Barcelona and all these teams. Because, like I said, you know what I mean? I don't know whether they'll make it or not, because we've seen it in the past. How many prodigies have they had where they brought in and you're like, this guy? Remember Kel Kakuta? Kel Kakuta should have been the next big thing at Chelsea. He never. You know what I mean? Josh McEachran. There's so many players that I've seen.
They have a feeders club.
Sinclair.
But we're forgetting, they just bought a club in France, so they have a feeders club. So if the player doesn't work out, they just send him to Strasbourg, and he can get some game time there.
Some of them are already going. Yeah. We're getting Elie Wahi from Montpellier, sending him straight to Strasbourg. Angelo Gabriel's going to Strasbourg. If we can't get rid of Lukaku, send that bum to Strasbourg as well.
But you know, the whole ruling around multi-club ownership that was changed, because back in the day when Tottenham's owners, ENIC, owned Slavia Prague and Basel and Rangers, all of that stuff, like that, they put a new rule in back in the late 90s saying that you have to sell those clubs because there's a conflict of interest. Then the rule changed with Leipzig, with the RB, the whole Red Bull thing, because they basically said, as long as you can demonstrate that there's absolutely zero conflicts and there's two entirely separate management teams, then there's no real reason to think that they shouldn't be able to play in the same European competition. That can't possibly stand up to the litmus test when you see teams like Leipzig sell all of their weaker players to Salzburg, and they buy a massively disproportionately high amount. The amount of trades that are taking place between those two teams is so disproportionately higher than any other two teams in European football. It's a farce. And if Chelsea are doing that, where they're just loaning players now to Strasbourg, similar to what the City Group could do, but they haven't got teams really, I don't think, within the European spectrum, it makes a whole farce of this idea that you can own multiple clubs that can still play against each other in European competition as long as the two clubs don't have any overlap. But if there's a conflict, which clearly there is, then surely it doesn't make any sense. So what happens in a world where Strasbourg were to qualify and then meet Chelsea in the Europa League in 2 seasons' time, and half the play, you know what I mean? Like it's surely
lone players allowed to play against a parent club, though.
Right. Yeah. But that doesn't. But the other reason, the other overlap could be, well, it doesn't. You don't necessarily have to have loaned the players. What happens if Chelsea sell the players to Strasbourg?
But you know what? Though?
Hey.
Let me ask you a question though.
Game.
City are doing it well though. Maybe Chelsea are copying the City model now. City, I'm not gonna lie to you, I am quite envious of it because at the end of the day, what they're doing well is now they're getting all these players now, and all of a sudden they're selling them for a huge. Like, this James Trafford now, 19 years old. How much did they sell him for? Nearly 20 million. They've sold. They can sell well, and Chelsea as well are that club that sell well. We've sold, I think, only 20 million worth of money. I think Ilanga has gone in, so that's probably about 30, 35. But yeah, we've not sold well. And Chelsea have sold probably one player for that amount. You know what I mean? So they're actually doing well in that aspect. And everyone else has just got to step up and find ways of selling these players and marketing them well and you know, doing it properly. So hats off to them. But like I said, Conor Gallagher is not worth 50 million. You know what I mean? It's crazy. But fair play to Chelsea. If West Ham pay that money, do you reckon Mons, let me ask you a question now. If West Ham pay that money and he does well, is it a sort of club that he can thrive on? And everyone says, oh, you know what, good bit of business, 50 million. Does it change like that? Because I think sometimes the narrative changes if he does well at a club and, you know, he's only 24 now, is he, or something like that? So
the only reason that price tag is still there because of his successful season at Crystal Palace. I think people are still looking at that season and going, hold on a minute, there's still a player there. Chelsea, it's evident that majority of the players right now in that current system at Chelsea are not thriving. So we've seen evidence that he's gone somewhere else and he's done well. If you actually look at his loan at West Brom, that was also a very good loan. Before
he had a loan at West Brom?
During the COVID season.
Yeah.
Oh, during the COVID season. Okay. I don't remember that one.
Do you know what I'm saying? So if you're looking at sort of the history of his loans, they actually have been quite successful. So evidence seems to suggest that if he does take a step into another team outside the Chelsea system, he's actually been quite good. But then again, you could also say I've seen him in a Liverpool shirt. I've seen him in an England shirt, and it's just underwhelming is an understatement. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that's probably why I still think West Ham are going to come with another bid, and I think they're going to get it done because they have to go and get a replacement. They have to fill in the midfield hole. They have to. So
and then Chelsea have no excuse now to not just put in 100 million and say, right, Caicedo, here you go, here's the money, and pay the money. Okay, you know what is there? Because at the end of the day, they're getting what they want. Now, just, you know what I mean? If you're getting 50 million for Conor Gallagher, you should have that mindset where you say, you know what? If Brighton won 100 million, then let's give it and let's get the player to us right now. You need the player. Yeah. Stop dilly-dallying around. Pay the money.
But sorry, don't you think it's funny how like we're sitting here saying Lavia 50 million? I don't really know. Then Chelsea here going, yeah, Conor Gallagher, I need 50 M's.
Yeah. Basically, yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, 50 for Lavia makes perfect sense. I get that.
No, but
guys, I wish we went in for him too.
I think Chelsea fans are doing the right thing. They're negotiating.
I think so.
I think they're negotiating a signing. Although it is bad that they haven't gotten the player in and it's affecting their preseason, them negotiating the signing is not a problem. As long as they get him before the season starts, they're okay. It's just
I feel like Brighton have put
in yet.
He's just signed a new deal. He's just signed a new deal. He obviously wanted to leave in the past. It didn't work out for him. I think he's taking a bit more measured approach now. He feels a bit more respectful. He's not doing all the mad quotes that we've seen him doing. But if Chelsea need this sort of player, like,
and they're not respecting their verbal agreements, so I don't know how long that's going to last. Because Caicedo's already annoyed with this situation.
1 second. If Chelsea get him for 80 million, it would have worked in their favor. If they end up paying 100 million at the end of the window, then all of this was for nothing. So basically it comes down to what they get, the price that they get him for. And Lewis, if I'm not mistaken, you guys are not going to budge on the 80 million pound price tag. And the only way you're going to go for 100 is if you change the negotiations around how you pay it. Am I wrong?
I think so, yeah, because they want the majority of it up front too, which is making it a bit more difficult.
So yeah. I know Chelsea.
And they really want Levi Colwill in the deal for some reason, even though Poch literally said
they're bugging, man.
Chelsea did this with Enzo. At the end of the day, in that January window, they had to wait until the final day to see if they would budge on their price.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Enzo was more just a release clause, to be fair. We end up just paying the release clause, but very good.
Did you pay for all that money up front, do you know?
No. We paid like I think 30 million up front and the rest over 6-7 years or something like that.
Really?
So it worked out in our favor really well.
Wow.
Yeah. This Chelsea thing.
That's surprising, right?
Yusuf,
those release clauses, this is baked into the contract. That's the clause in that you have to stagger it over. Like you have to be willing to kind of meet in the middle. Like there's really no reason why the selling club should have to be lenient or like helpful in the way that you structure the deal. You know, because ultimately that they're forced into the sale by the triggering of the clause rather than a kind of natural negotiation. So surprised that the selling club would have been so.
Maybe Chelsea was just trying to hold out for a little 5-10 million or something.
I have a question for you. Answer sparingly. Who has the better season next season, Enzo or Declan Rice?
Individually or as a team?
Individually.
Back your boy.
I need to see who partners him. And you gotta ask me that after deadline day, or at least once the midfield sorted. But bring it back in a couple of weeks. Yeah, I'll answer that. It's just I can't say that right now. I don't know who we're gonna have.
You know why he's right though, Lewis? Because you know why, Enzo Fernandez won't play that position. So I think Enzo Fernandez being a bit further forward.
Yeah, but then
actually,
beside Arsenal fans are telling me that if Partey plays, Rice plays in the 8. So they're telling me it's a 6-8 thing for Rice as well. So they can't have it. Remember, bro, when it's them FC, when it's the FC, so we got to have the same energy. If Enzo's doing the 6 and the 8, either or, then yes, we can actually compare them. Both are over 100 million. So we'll let the chat just give me answers. Enzo,
the chat's already been answered. I agree with them. So get Caicedo.
Make sure they smash the like at the same time.
Arsenal tax is heavy.
1 second, yeah.
Arsenal tax is heavy.
Guys, we're just gonna give 1 second for everyone just to like the video because it's 1.8k in here and it's not even 500 likes. Everyone just pause right now. Yeah, everybody just put your phone down, put your you know what I mean, put everything down, put your snacks down. Just hit the like button right now, and that's all you have to do. Literally, one finger, bang, like that's it.
Hold on, we got the tutorial. Hold on, we got the tutorial because a lot of people don't know where the
tutorial.
I'm gonna like it myself. So the like button is literally when you close the chat, people. It is here. You can see it. You see it? It is right there.
Hit the button, man.
There,
hit
right
the button,
there,
man.
You can see it. That button there.
Big up to the chat,
like
man.
Button. Hit the like button, people.
Nah, big up to everyone, man. Yusuf Ibrahim, big up my guy. He says, if United side Amrabat, Liverpool's Lavia and Chelsea Caicedo, who would have the strongest midfield bar City? Also in the mud, United and Liverpool would have done great business of value and quality. Ooh, you know what? See,
you get me Caicedo, I'm talking differently about my midfield. I'm talking different.
I do hear that though. I think everyone's midfield is looking quite strong. If everyone gets their targets, I think everyone, even Newcastle with Tonali, Bruno and Joe Linton.
And
that's a good midfield as well.
Imagine that though, man. Amrabat and Casemiro. You ain't getting past that though, are you? Imagine that.
I say no Enzo, bro. He was a pass the ball around.
That sounds like transition ball again, though. Is that possession ball or transition ball?
You guys are dissing.
No. Because Amrabat, listen, Amrabat.
Hey, no. You gotta have Havertz in that midfield.
No, Havertz is in there.
Yeah, he's in your midfield, man. Now you gotta take Odegaard out.
Yeah, man. Take Odegaard out, man. This is the main man now. Franchise player, man.
After City, who's the second best?
You know what? I'm gonna back
United.
If we get Caicedo, I'm throwing Chelsea in there.
Second.
Until then, I'm not saying nothing.
Second.
Caicedo, Enzo, and Cuckoo. I'll back that midfield.
It's not balanced,
we'll
bro.
Put Kudus in there.
I'll
continue
there,
to
man.
back that midfield.
You know,
while Havertz is there, we ain't backing the guy. You know what I mean? Like we ain't there, man.
Tax is heavy.
It's not Arsenal.
Chelsea would be close to me. Enzo Fernandez, though. But Enzo and Caicedo's mad though, man. I can't lie, man. That's ridiculous, man. I can't lie. If I was being unbiased, I'm looking at Chelsea midfield. I'm like,
with one game a week as well. Deep the tempo they can play at every week. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah, man. But I'm back in my club. People say delusion everywhere we go. Listen, man, everyone's got to back their team, man. That's all it is, man. Blaze A says, imagine demanding 50 million for Gallagher and want Kudus for 40. Also, Jackson is showing in 2 games why he's hyped, but Havertz needs time after 3 seasons.
I don't need to add to that super chat. They've said everything for me. I don't have to add to that super chat. Thank you for your donation. Use your words very wisely.
Yeah, Jackson, man. CLL says Chelsea talking brave for a team finished 12th.
That was Fulham Broadway FC, not Chelsea. Like, we've already made that clear, but thank you again.
Yeah. Now, you know what, though? Fair play to a minute. Like, it's one of them situations where, we're going to see how the season kind of develops, how the season goes ahead. You don't know, man. I don't know. Like, we're looking at a certain midfield. It could be a different midfield. I generally think Havertz will be playing for us. I don't think Partey will be. So you don't buy a player Havertz and just put him on the bench. I think Partey will be on the bench or will be leaving. One of the two. So we'll see.
So why are you mentioning Amrabat in your midfield? Don't you think Mount's going to be starting?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. It could be. The thing is, I'm just looking at it from a balanced midfield. If I give my
for Arsenal,
balanced midfield, yeah.
So for Arsenal, it's not about balance. It's about Havertz has to play, and for Man United, it's Mount.
You gave him the 7 shirt too, bro.
That's fair. It's a fair question.
Bruno can play wide. Bruno can play. You know what I mean? Off the left or the right. We don't know. But
that's
like
a fair
said,
question.
Amrabat, Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes, whoever you want to do, mix it all about. But like I said to you,
wait.
You look at Havertz, though, it's the guy, man.
He's the guy. We got Jorginho. we got Jorginho. We got Partey. We got Emil Smith-Rowe. We got Fabio Vieira. Like, we're deep. You guys are just
the last one.
Who? Thinking about Havertz.
Who you got?
Who was the last one?
Fabio who?
Bro, 1 second.
Fabio who?
I went 7 names deep. How many of you guys can go 7 deep?
7 deep. What do you mean?
I wish I could go 4 deep, bro.
There's a Liverpool somewhere.
Bro, just because you have 7 midfielders don't mean that.
You just named 7 random players. Jorginho, man, come on, man, and then you've got Fabio Vieira.
Jorginho gets into most of your midfields. Let's not do this.
Oh my God, man!
He starts at Liverpool right now. What are we talking about?
Wow!
He starts at Liverpool right now.
Why is everything come back to? Why can't they fuck me for?
Am I tripping?
Well, Jorginho,
man, come on, man.
Jorginho can't move. He can't move, so he wouldn't start.
I have no bad words to say about Jorginho.
What's up with Jorginho's name?
Like, that's crazy. I hope you rated Jorginho before he came to your club like this, by the way.
Innit, man?
Yeah, I actually hope you do. You
want to know something? When you see somebody playing for your club, you actually realize how good they are sometimes.
All right, Egal.
Is that why you started backing Havertz?
Egal. So, Egal, if I got signed for Arsenal tomorrow, would you try and explain to Saeed, Sean, and Lewis why I'm good enough to play for Arsenal?
Nah, bro,
he did his best crack, to be fair to him. He's loyal to the end, to be fair.
I need to know how many kick-ups can you do at least?
I can do over 100.
See, he played at Wall Stadium, man. Shout out to Munts, man. He played at Wall Stadium, man. He's backing goals, man. You know what I mean?
To be fair, I would probably back Monts over Havertz in the technical contest we saw the other day. That technical challenge.
Yeah.
Who's gonna have a better season there, Gal? Havertz or Mount?
To be fair, I would say Mason Mount would have a better season overall because I think he's going to get more opportunities to play every week. Where Havertz, we have the options. We have so many more options to play over him.
Okay.
And United was.
Yeah.
You spent more on Havertz, though. I feel like there'll be more incentive for you to start with him.
Yeah, but we're going to be in a title race. They're not.
Are you sure?
I think so.
Listen, Arsenal. Listen, we're gonna see. We're going to see what this Arsenal is made of next season. We're going to leave all the predictions for the season. And you know what? We're going to wrap it up here, people. It's been an hour. It's been a crazy show. I don't know how many likes we've ended up left. I don't know what we're saying. We're currently on 647. That means 1,000 of you are just chilling. Imagine 1.1K are just chilling here. Not even like the video, just to appreciate. So imagine 1,000 of you. Like, shame on you. Yeah? Shame on you. You know what I mean? But like I said, I love for watching the video, but hit the like button to kind of wrap it up and whatnot. Igal, it's been a pleasure stepping up for Premsy, large up to Premsy as always. But yeah, man, big up to Igal, man. What are you saying?
Well, I'm good, bro. I'm gonna be live in a bit, just talking about Arsenal and everything. But hopefully they deliver this season, or else I'm gonna get cooked every single week. It's crazy.
Yeah, you gonna get cooked, man. You gonna get cooked, man. Differently. Monts, big up as usual, man. You know what I'm saying? To fresh fade settings. What are you telling them, man?
Come on, man. I'm literally about to go live in about 2 minutes, just to talk about some Liverpool stuff and some Arsenal. Just the general daily transfer news. Obviously, with the gang, obviously we'll be joined by Roms as well. We'll be in that stream. So listen, first of all, I need to see 1K likes, and on the watchbacks, I need at least 1.3K likes minimum. So make sure you subscribe, and obviously subscribe to all these guys. And if you want, come subscribe over here as well. We're going to be live in a bit. So if you want to come join, we are there.
Yeah, man. Big up to you, man. Lewis, man. Big up to you as always, man. You get me, man. I always love tuning into your shows and that, giving the Chelsea fans a bit of banter, man. You know what I mean? I know how to rattle them, man. But what are you saying?
Yeah, man. Always great to see you guys in the comments. Big up to everybody. We will be back tomorrow, probably talking about, again, why Caicedo hasn't joined Chelsea yet. And hopefully we get another bid for Conor Gallagher soon. But big up to everybody locked in. Hit the like button and stop being stingy bastards. And we'll see you next week. Take care.
Yeah, man. Definitely, man. Big up to you as well, man. Sean, it's been a pleasure, man. Thank you, mate. And one day you can play us a guitar, man, on the show.
No, I will do, mate. I'll make that a promise. Yeah, appreciate you guys for having me on. I'm going to be over on Sava's channel, Football Heritage, about 8 o'clock for his weekly review thing. And if you are a Tottenham fan, then I'll be doing the watch along for the friendly against some pub team in Singapore tomorrow morning. But yeah, smash the like and subscribe to all of us if you haven't already. Appreciate you having me on. So
big up to you, man. Big up to you. I'll be live, people. 10 p.m. people. Join in 10 p.m. Late vibes. Talking all things Man United. And yeah, man, I'll see you soon, guys. Make sure you like the video. We're out.